One of the things that we do when we tell a story is to say how long ago something happened, or we talk about how long we have been doing something. It is a linguistic mechanism that is really common in any language. The problem is that this is an idiomatic element in most every language, Spanish and English included. So, in this video, we are going to go through how to manipulate the verb hacer in this idiomatic phrase in Spanish. And in that way, we will enrich our stories. How long ago an action was performed? The construction indicates that the action is no longer happening. Because of that, we will use the hacer que construction with the preterite form of the verb. This makes sense because the action happened in the past at a specific moment in time, as if we could mark it on a timeline. Literally, we are saying it makes some amount of time that such and such action happened. The idiom in Spanish correlates to our English phrase, it was some amount of time ago that such and such action happened, an idiomatic phrase in both languages. So, if we look at the sentence, hace 4 meses que me mudé aquí, literally we are saying it makes 4 months that I moved here. Of course, that doesn't make sense in English. So our closest phrase would be, I moved here 4 months ago. Either way, we are using the preterite in Spanish because we are marking how long ago it was when I moved here, as if on a timeline. Let's look at another sentence. Hace 12 años que me gradué de colegio. Literally, we are saying it makes 12 years that I graduated from high school. But that doesn't quite sound right in English. So we say, I graduated high school 12 years ago. Again, we are using the preterite in Spanish because we want to mark how long ago it was when I graduated, as if on a timeline. We can also use the hace que construction to talk about how long we have been doing something. To do this, we still use hace, some amount of time, and que, but this time we will use the present tense rather than the preterite. This makes sense. In this case, we are talking about something that is still ongoing. So using the present tense conveys that. Literally, we are saying it makes some amount of time that such and such action happens. But that doesn't sound very much like the English that we use day to day. So our idiomatic phrase is such and such action has happened for some amount of time. Note that we use the present perfect in English, has happened. In Spanish, we do not. The simple present tense does the job. So, how would this construction work? Let's take a typical sentence. Hace 8 años que enseño en una universidad. Notice that it literally translates to, it makes 8 years that I teach at a university. And just like before, it doesn't quite make sense to us like that, like most idiomatic expressions. Rather, we would say, I have taught in a university for 8 years. And note that we would use the present perfect in English, have taught, but not in Spanish. Okay, another sentence. Hace 28 años que vivimos en nuestra casa. Again, literally, we are saying in this sentence, it makes 28 years that we live in our house. But in more understandable language, what we would translate this to is, we have lived in our house for 28 years. And just like before, we would use the present perfect in English, have lived, but not in Spanish. Hopefully, this video clarifies how to talk about how long ago an event happened, or for how long an action has been going on.